Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com. À École au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape École au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
So we just got through with likes and dislikes. Likes and dislikes, expressions that you can use, that you can start off your sentence. I don't like, I don't care for, I detest, I hate, I'd rather not. Or I like, I love, I adore, I cherish, I prefer, I enjoy, or either or, I don't mind. But right here we're talking about pleasures and displeasures. Pleasures, not the kind of pleasure, but pleasure means something that you actually enjoy, and there's a slang for it. What would you say to either confirm something? Maybe you're in a good spot, you're in a good moment, you're enjoying something, or you're enjoying the company of someone, or you've just watched something that you really enjoyed. It actually puts you in a good place, okay, in a good spot. And then there's just this one word that you needed to say. What would that be, the term? What would describe that wow moment? What would describe that particular moment? What would describe that moment where you're just so excited, so happy, so up the hills about something? There are expressions for that, okay? Or someone made you a splendid visit that came and just gave you, those kind of positive visits, or just a pop-up visit, that really stirred your spirit, or that really made you happy, or someone you had not seen for a while that just gave you such, a good time, or just call. Or what if you just had a surprise party, or someone that just amazed you beyond imagination? Okay, what are those terms that you can use? Okay, those expressions actually, and I have a bunch of them on the board that you can use. And one of them is, wow, simply splendid. Or you can say splendid. That says it all. Splendid. It's simply splendid. That just explains what you went through, what you experienced, or what you're seeing. Simply splendid. Okay. Terrific. It's terrific. I mean, it's maybe that someone planned something out that you did not expect, and out of a sudden it just, whoa, it just baffled you. It's like, oh, that was a terrific movie. That was a terrific time. And then fantastic time. I had a fantastic time. I had a great time. Okay, exquisite. Maybe the food was just top notch. You say exquisite. It was exquisite. Really. It was really good. Really. Did you have a good time? Really good? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, girl. Really. So, those are just expressions of wonderful. It's beautiful, or you can simply say beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe an outfit just blew up your mind, like a wedding dress, or traditional dress, or something. Say, oh, beautiful. Wonderful. Someone expressed themselves in a way that you never imagined, maybe in class or something. You said, that was wonderful. You can even say perfect would be another one. Okay? You can say perfect as well. Perfect. That was perfect. Good idea. Somebody just threw in an idea that you may or may not have thought about it. You probably may have forgotten, and somebody throws a brilliant idea. You're like, that's a wonderful idea. Good idea. You're expressing something positive. Good idea. Delighted. I'm delighted to be here. You can use am as well, okay? I'm delighted to be here. I'm delighted. It's such a pleasure being here in your midst. I'm delighted of talking to you. So it's delighted, or I'm delighted. And then you have satisfied, or I'm satisfied. Satisfied. So if they say, so what do you think? If you had to grade it, oh, satisfied. It means it's just top. Satisfied, okay? And then you have great. Great. Wonderful. That's just great that you made that call. I had totally forgotten. Great, that's a better scenario, And then delightful is different from delighted. It's almost the same thing, but delightful. That's so delightful. That is so delightful that you thought about inviting my family. That was so delightful of you. Okay, that's saving a seat for my husband. That's so delightful. Okay, so delightful for something, and then delighted about you. I'm so delighted. Okay. You don't say, I'm so delightful. I'm so delighted. And then delightful is about something or about an event. And then delighted is something personal to you, what happened. So it's you, okay? And then you have, what a pleasant surprise. What a pleasant surprise. You've not seen someone for a very long time, and then out of the moon or bloom, you meet at, at a functioning. So, oh, what a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect seeing you here. It's such a pleasant one. That's a pleasure. What a pleasant surprise. It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure meeting you again. It's a great pleasure meeting you. Okay? A pleasure, it's something wonderful that you're meeting someone probably for the first time. A pleasure. Adorable. They use it a lot with kids. Maybe when they make you smile, they make you reminisce, they make you think about something that happened in the past or something memorable. Like, oh, she's such an adorable baby. You'd be, oh, so adorable. That makes it kind of melt your heart. You would say adorable. Of course, we use perfect. Do you see that I have exclamation in all of them? That tells you that with pleasures, with this particular expressions, you have to put an exclamation to it. It's like an injection. So you have to put an exclamation marks with such expressions. And so those are the positive expressions. The pleasures that, what is it, depending on the situation, what can I use? Okay, these are much more, I'm pretty sure there are much more, but just from the tip of my head, this is some of it, that you can use. A pleasant surprise, it's a great pleasure. I'm so delighted, that's so delightful of you, beautiful, or it's beautiful. You look beautiful, you look exquisite, or, fantastic, terrific. It's not terrible, be careful. It's not terrible, it's terrific. Okay, so that's a pleasure. But what if it's something that you're not happy, you're discontented? What can you say, or what can you use? Okay, if you're discontented about something, you're displeasured, you're not happy, you're shocked, negatively shocked about something, you're disgruntled, you're just sad, you're just mad, you're just angry, or, you had such a horrible time, what would you say? Okay, what would you say? What would you say? So the first one would be, oh my God, shocking. Maybe you probably heard that someone divorced and you weren't expecting, or, those funny kind of news that you hear, be like, shocking. That's shocking. You're shocked about news. You're shocked about an event. Oftentimes you're shocked about news. Unbelievable. You've heard of something that you had never, ever thought about. It didn't even cross your mind. You're like, oh my God, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's hard to believe that Mary and John are dating. It's hard to believe. As hard as it is to believe, it's quite true. That's unbelievable. You know what I mean? Then dissatisfied. Maybe a service was not well done. Maybe a service was not well presented, and you were so disgruntled and unhappy about it. So you're dissatisfied. If they're asking you to probably grade the service, you'll be like, oh, a dissatisfied customer. I'm so dissatisfied. I'm not happy with the status quo. Okay, and then you can't fathom. You can't fathom means, I can't believe it. That's another way of saying you can't fathom. It's just unbelievable. I just cannot fathom this. I mean, what's happening? I cannot fathom. I cannot understand. It's just unimaginable, unbelievable. It's just unrealistic. What happened? I can't fathom. Okay, so very unpleasant. The smell was very unpleasant. Maybe something got rotten. The smell was very unpleasant. The exchange was very unpleasant. Okay, the atmosphere was very unpleasant. Okay, unpleasant, very unpleasant. Very means it was extreme. You can say very, but you can just simply say very unpleasant. But if you say very unpleasant, it means it was really an extreme, terrible case or negative case. And then you have extremely displeased. I was very displeased. I was extremely displeased. I was extremely disappointed. I was extremely disappointed. I didn't believe it. I just couldn't believe what my eyes saw and my ears heard. I am just, extremely deeply displeased by this. How is that possible? Okay, I'm disappointed. It's terrible. Terrible! It's exclamation. Terrible, terrible situation. Terrible, terrible behavior. That's a terrible thing. Terrible act. A terrible thing to do. Why would you spank on your kids? Why would you spank your kids? That's a terrible thing to do. Okay? And then you have horrific. It was a horrific scene. You needed to see the scene. There was a ghastly motor accident and there were just bodies just dropping. It was a horrific, horrific scene. They said, describe it. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. It was horrific. That already tells you the horrible things you can start to imagine. It's the depths of negativity. It's the depths of disappointment. It's the depths, of pain. So, and then of course I also have exclamations. You see them? Exclamations. So it depends on the scenario, what it is that you use. It just depends on the scenario, okay? It could be something pleasurable, something good, something wonderful that carries you, takes you to a good spot, or something just simply horrible, negative, bad, that really frustrates you even to an extent or puts you in a delicate position, okay? So these are some of the terms that we've used, and we've used examples. We've taken examples from them. I hope that it helped you, and I hope that you'll be able to use them. You have to practice languages. You need to practice them in different scenarios. Go do research and see what you can use, and where, and why, maybe. And we keep in touch. Thank you. I'll see you next time, Teacher Raissa.
Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com